How lean should you get? Should you be aiming to achieve a certain body fat percentage or having visible abs? Or are you better off aiming to achieve a level of leanness that allows you to feel your best, move your best, perform your best, and express the healthiest version of yourself? Or, of course, a combination of all of those. Now, there's a few things to consider here. Number one is that we're all different. Some of us do indeed absolutely thrive at lower body fat percentages, while others thrive at higher body fat percentages. Your favorite fitness influencer, who appears to be shredded 365 days a year, may have different genetics than you, may not be natural, may not be open, honest, and transparent about their physical health, their mental health, or transparent about when those photos were taken. Maybe they're using the same photos from years ago. Maybe it's just a peak state that they achieved and they keep recycling those photos over and over again. What you really need to consider here is that no one can tell you what the best level of leanness is for you. That's got to come from within. We're not living in your body. You really need to have a heightened sense of awareness to where you personally thrive. Now, if you want to set a goal of achieving a certain body fat percentage, I think that's awesome. And if you have this goal, this dream of seeing what it's like to be below 10% body fat, that's great. Like, go for it. If you've always wanted to have visible abs, that's cool as well. But what's most important is as you're going through that process, you really need to have that heightened sense of awareness to how you're feeling throughout that journey. You may get close to that 10% body fat and start feeling like crap, like your energy is just in the tank, you're not sleeping well, you're cold all the time, you are lacking mental focus and clarity, your mood is just down in the dumps. You may think to yourself like, this just isn't worth it. Or maybe you're getting close to having those visible six-pack abs and you're getting to that point where like, God, where did my libido go? What's going on with me here? This just sucks. I feel terrible. It may not be in the cards for you to be that lean, to get below 10% body fat, or to have visible abs. And that's okay. Like, we're all different. Maybe you want to push it temporarily to get to that state, do a photo shoot or something like that, or just achieve that goal to say that you did it, and then get yourself back up to a level of leanness where you actually thrive yourself. But in some cases, it may not necessarily be the level of leanness that you're at that is causing you to feel so crappy. It just may be diet fatigue. And in those cases, even just taking a 2-week diet break where you're eating maintenance level calories, so you're not pigging out or eating in a surplus, you're just eating where you can maintain your weight, you may look better, like your muscles fill out, your energy goes back up, your strength goes up, your mood goes up, like everything starts feeling better, you're getting great sleep again. You're like, okay, it had really nothing to do with how lean I am. It's just that I've been dieting for a long time in a calorie deficit. No wonder I was starting to feel low in energy and all that. And if that's the case, maybe you finish strong through it there and push a little bit further to see if you do feel better at those leaner levels now that you're back up to maintenance level calories here. And vice versa, like you may be getting close to that 10% body fat and you're like, damn, like I am feeling phenomenal the leaner I'm getting here. Let's see if I can get a little bit leaner, and if I continue to feel better, perform better, move better at a lower body fat percentage. So it really requires you to have that heightened sense of awareness throughout that process. And again, when you get to a certain point, get to maintenance where that's truly where you're going to know where you're feeling your best. You're not going to feel your best when you're in a calorie deficit, but you get back up to maintenance. You're like, this is my sweet spot. This is where I feel, move, and perform my best. And I think the more you go through that, when you find that sweet spot, I know for myself personally, when I deviate just a few pounds up a little bit higher from where my sweet spot is, my performance starts to decrease a little bit. It's nothing like dramatic, but I'm not quite performing at my best, whether it's on the ice playing hockey, whether it's performing certain calisthenic movements, just movement in general doesn't quite feel as well when I gain a few pounds there. Same thing when I get a little bit too lean, it just doesn't suit me best. But I'm going through a mini cut right now. I dropped 2 pounds, and it's a very, very noticeable difference in how much better I am performing, especially some of these calisthenic movements and exercises and body weight stuff where I'm really curling my pelvis in, sucking my stomach in a little bit more, engaging the core. I just feel so much better, and I have my strength, my endurance. I'm just thriving where I'm at right now. So I just take it like 1 pound, not even 1 pound, like half a pound at a time, with that heightened sense of awareness to, all right, if I get just a little bit leaner, am I still performing well? Or am I start to noticing it's having a detrimental impact on my performance? Then I will stop at that point. So again, no one is living in my body. They may look at me and go, Scott, like, it's not sustainable to hold that level of leanness, even though I've been this lean for a long time. I was this lean as a teenager, as a kid, as a teenager. It was in my early to mid 20s where I gained 50 pounds of fat. I lost that fat at 36 years of age, gave myself 6-pack abs for my 36th birthday, and been staying lean throughout this time, especially the past 10 years. I've been really holding steady at this level of leanness in my sweet spot. I know, like, this is where I thrive. No one can tell me that. Just because you thrive at a higher body fat percentage doesn't mean that I am going to thrive at that body fat percentage. I actually do not perform well at that. And whereas if you thrive at the higher body fat percentage, you're not going to thrive where I'm at, down at this level of body fat percentage. So you can't look to others for answers. You can't like be like, Scott thrives at that level of leanness, I better get that lean if I want to thrive myself. No, that's not the case. Like, I can't tell you what level of leanness is going to suit you best. I can ask you questions as you're getting leaner to make sure that you are being honest with yourself throughout the process there, and encourage you, like, when you start to not feel as good, to take those diet breaks and reevaluate at that point, rather than just saying, I don't feel, this is not where I thrive at this level of leanness. It's, again, it comes down to that calorie deficit. Give it that time at maintenance to see if it's got more to do with the calorie deficit or more to do with the level of leanness. So we are all different. I highly encourage you to don't obsess over the numbers, don't obsess over the look, obsess over your health, obsess over thriving, obsess over feeling your best in all aspects of your life. For me, my physique is the product of me living my life to the fullest, doing all of the things that allow me to thrive. That's consuming mostly whole, natural, nutrient-rich foods, but also incorporating some alcohol, which I enjoy, my favorite treats, my favorite processed foods, doing all of that responsibly. It's eating to the point of satisfaction and not being over full, not over drinking, like having a couple of drinks, but nothing excessive, not getting drunk or anything like that. So I know where I thrive, and no one can tell me what is going to have that kind of impact other than myself. So really having a heightened sense of awareness and designing your lifestyle in a way, like, make your body a product of you doing what brings the best out of you. Focus on health, focus on your well-being physically and mentally. So it's not worth it to achieve a certain level of leanness if you are not thriving. Keep that as your top priority. Feeling your best, moving your best, performing your best, thriving. Pay attention to the numbers. Pay attention to your body fat percentage. Pay attention to your appearance in the mirror, maybe photos or videos, to the number that correlates with you, where you feel your best and perform your best, and the look that allows you to feel your best and perform your best, because that's a great measuring stick right there. When you correlate those together and you start to think to yourself, if you're not performing well, not feeling well, like, oh yeah, you know what, I've gained a bit of fat here, or I've lost a little bit too much fat, I'm out of my sweet spot here, let me get back within that range that suits me best. That is what is most important. I hope you found value in this. I'd love to hear if you are aware of the level of leanness that suits you best, whether it's a certain look, a 6-pack, a 4-pack, a 2-pack, or a certain body fat percentage where you find that you thrive best. So again, tying it into where you're feeling your best. And if you have blood work that goes along with it as well, that's a freaking bonus. You get to I know one of my clients right now, he just got his blood work back. Everything's great, but I think his cholesterol was just up a little bit high, and he's looking at, okay, he was thinking of maybe stopping his cut. He said, you know what, I'm going to get a little bit leaner. I still have a fair amount of fat around my midsection. So I know if I can get that down, I'm going to be curious to see if that has a positive impact on my health markers, my blood work there. That, I'm telling you, that is number one. I think it's great. We want to look our best, but also appreciate that looks are subjective. Some people think higher body fat percentages are more attractive. Others think lower body fat percentages are more attractive. Don't go based on what anyone else thinks looks best. And I wouldn't even necessarily consider what you personally think look best. I think I look better carrying around a bit more body fat, but I'm not going to sacrifice how I feel right now at this level of leanness just to for looks, basically, because I do think I look better at a higher body fat percentage, but I don't feel my best. I don't move my best. I don't perform my best. So I focus on thriving more than what the kind of optimal level of leanness, like I think is based on a look, my subjective look of what I think I look my best. I'm going to go with what feels best to me. And I certainly don't care what anyone else thinks, because some people do think I look better when I am carrying around a lot more fat. Some people think I look better when I'm leaner. That's great. That's your opinion. But I know where I feel my best, I perform my best, I move my best, and I'm going to roll with that.